The Bungalow Blitz Network presents the Play to Win Fantasy Football Podcast with your host, Dan and Zach Lind.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Bungalow on the Play to Win Fantasy Football Podcast. My name is Dan, and my co-host here, the Commissioner.
Hello. I really hope those graphics worked.
Yeah, we're trying something new. We're queuing up all the graphics right from our iPad here, so
Live to tape.
don't blame us if they don't work. But it's an exciting day. It is the night before Thanksgiving.
100%.
Best time of the year. We're talking
man.
good food. We're talking football.
Bro, after we wrap here, all right, I already had Thanksgiving dinner a little early,
Oof.
okay? After we wrap here, I'm going to get more.
I love that. Favorite dish.
Wait.
Favorite dish.
I mean, mashed potatoes is pretty high up there.
That's
I mean,
kind of like
yeah, well,
you have that
what do you
all
expect
lot.
from me, you know?
You know.
Oh, I mean, but
I'm more of a green bean casserole.
are you a big
person.
guy? Okay.
It's got to be done the right way, though.
Yeah.
But,
you like a little more soupy or a little more dry on the green beans?
I like a little bit more soupy, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, to
But
each their own.
You know what else I love about Thanksgiving?
What's that?
A lot of football.
A lot of
and
football, and even more this year than
and
in
even more
previous
this year. Tell me about that. What games
Well,
do we have here?
We've got 4 games in the next, or 4 days of football in the next 5 days. Now, for a long time, I have been reaching out to fellow commissioner Roger Goodell
Sure.
and saying we need another couple of games a week. We
do.
a Tuesday night football. Or a Wednesday night football.
Right.
We're sitting there for 2 full days with no football.
I agree.
I absolutely think that we need more football in our lives.
You have my support. I will sign the petition.
All right.
Whatever
all right.
needs to be done.
Raj, listen up.
Awesome. Let's get into the weekly recap.
Yes.
And we're going to start in Detroit, where the Chicago Bears come in.
Won the football game, right?
They tried to. They were close, and
They didn't win?
they did not win.
Oh,
It was actually
no.
quite an embarrassing loss.
Aw,
Right now,
shucks.
the Bears they don't know how to win games. And that was a game they should have won. They blew 16, 17-point lead in like 4 minutes. Maybe even less. I think it was a record, actually.
Was it really?
I
didn't
think
know that.
so.
Oh, that was a good game. I love watching the Lions play, though.
They're fun.
They're fun to
They're
watch.
fun.
I'm sure they're more fun when they're not playing your team.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's get into the game.
Yeah.
The return of Justin Fields in this one, which I was excited about. Honestly, as a fan, you got to think that Justin played well. He played well enough to win this game. Threw for only 169, but if you watched him, he was using his legs a lot more. He was getting outside of the pocket.
Yep.
They were designing runs for him. He ended up with 18 carries
That was
for 104 yards.
Yeah.
And that's something that they did last year.
halfway through the season, right?
And halfway
Yeah.
through the season. And then this year they really haven't been giving him designed runs or, and I think it was just the time that Justin said, screw it, I'm going to start using my legs.
You think you think that was all on him, that he decided to do that independent of the coaching staff, or?
I don't know about, to some degree.
Okay.
He pulled it down and ran for 18 times. Those all were not designed runs. So
No.
from a fantasy perspective, you got to love that. I have Justin on my bench this week just because I wasn't sure how he was going to look.
Yeah.
He also had a beautiful dime ball to DJ Moore,
Yes.
who had 7 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown in this game.
Mm-hmm.
To me, DJ Moore and Justin have a lot of great chemistry. He's exactly the type of receiver we wanted when we brought him in here and traded Carolina.
I was gonna bring up your trade for Justin Fields. I'm backtracking a little bit.
Yeah, let's bring up the trade.
I was pulling up the trade for Justin Fields here, and I thought maybe you were disappointed after the a few weeks out, 4 weeks out actually, and no, you traded Deshaun Watson for Justin Fields. So,
I did, and Jerome Ford.
Jerome Ford was probably the bigger piece, but
it was. I was pretty hefty at running back.
Yeah.
I was, at the time I had 4 solid running backs on my team. So.
Well, we say you never know who wins a trade until the end of the season. So we'll see how that continues to play out for you. But it's looking pretty good at this point.
Right. Besides the time Justin's missed, but the one thing I will say, DJ Moore in this scramble drill, when the play breaks down, him and Justin seem to have this connection. DJ knows where to go, find the spot right. So encouraged about that. And then lastly, on the Bears side, Khalil Herbert. Did not look too hot in his return.
No, a little inefficient. It was a rough watch. As the Khalil Herbert manager,
right? I will say I watched the whole game. He didn't have crazy opportunity though. Every time he got the ball, he had a lot of opportunity, but it wasn't ideal on a lot of those plays.
Yes, yeah. Do you expect him to pick up a little bit, or do you think?
I think so. I mean, I think
as the Bears expert.
I like Deonta Foreman. Yeah. I think that he really is RB1, but I really do.
Man. I hope not.
But I think he got hurt in this one too, so we'll see what happens there. Tell me about what you saw from the Detroit backfield.
On the other side of the ball, I think you've blown this out of proportion. I never said, I hope you don't have documentation of me saying that Montgomery, that Gibbs is taking over. I think it's going to be a true 50-50 backfield.
I'm pretty sure that you said Gibbs is taking over last week on the show.
Maybe 60-40, not 8, but for, relative to the 80-20 split where Montgomery was on top, I think we're seeing I think I was exactly right, as I often am. And I think we're going to see, a pretty even split. I put down here in the show doc, we got Gibbs had a goal line touchdown, 12 carries for Montgomery, 8 carries for Gibbs. I think, and way more efficient Gibbs was. He's explosive. I mean, I know why Montgomery's getting touches, but I think
the passing game is where I think Gibbs is he's gonna get you more points, right?
Yeah,
because
for fantasy.
This
is a fantasy podcast.
It is, but we also talk football here.
Sure, I
suppose.
And
and playing to win, right?
Oh, you do. Yep,
so,
yep, totally.
I don't know. I think it's just one of those things that we're gonna have to keep watching.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's nothing's clear.
No, we don't know yet.
We don't know
I
yet.
think they're both. I think that to be very clear, I think they're both startable.
Agreed.
I think you're going to start both of them most weeks, especially in a deep 12-team league where everyone's active except for Craig Kalane. The last thing I want to bring up in this game was elite quarterback play by Jared Goff. You called him elite last week.
I asked the question: Is he elite?
Yeah.
I said he's having an elite season.
Yeah. Okay.
I never said that he is elite.
Okay.
I just said, is he having an elite?
Just like you gave me the benefit of the doubt, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
I don't think it was said. But he was not elite in this game. I think
was not.
We're definitely in agreement on that.
And the fact that they won the game, that's what makes it even harder.
I mean, like I said, well, I don't know. I think I said last week, he's getting it done. That doesn't make him elite. He had 3 picks in this game. He should have had a 4th. Oh, right. I'm sorry. He had 3 picks in the first half.
He did.
I don't.
And it
he
should have been 4 in the first half.
Yeah, it should have been 4 in the first half. It might have been more in the game. I don't even have the.
No, it
the
was
full
3
game
picks.
stats.
It was
Okay.
3 picks.
Turn it around in a second.
So,
Cardinals Texans. You told me I had to watch the Texans, so I didn't. But I followed it on the internet, and Stroud and Dell, they got a
connection continues, right?
It's. I was listening to a podcast today, a different podcast, but not a podcast as good as this one, and they were talking about the Stroud-Dell connection and how that's. I mean, they were just positing how that's going to look in the coming years, and I think that's exciting to think about. Like there is going to be, Tank Dell's going to be a draft pick next year. I think.
For sure. He's made the most out of this opportunity this year, right? And now eyes are on him. So
Dell's
good on him.
Yeah. Yep. Target leader on the season. He's got there was a 42-yard passing touchdown pass in the second quarter from Stroud.
Right.
Interesting matchup and kind of exciting team to watch. I hope to watch a game soon.
Yeah, no,
I need some Sunday ticket.
yeah.
So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so Zach can get Sunday ticket.
Like, comment, subscribe for the ticket. I think a story out of this game too, which has kind of been just a little quiet, but creeping into the last couple of weeks, is the Devin Singletary show. Everyone's eyes have been on CJ, but with Dameon Pierce out, Devin has really stepped up. Another game, over 20 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown. He's being really efficient right now.
Yeah.
So if Dameon comes back, is that a clear RB1? Is this turning
1A,
more
1B probably? Right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I could see Singletary holding on to that 1A spot with
I
the
would
way
think
as
so.
efficient as he's been, and how do you pull away from that? And I don't know that Dameon Pierce was crazy efficient. I can pull up his numbers.
It might turn into running back by committee.
Yes, but
yeah.
But
I don't think Singletary was getting the touches like he was.
Yeah. I agree. I think you're correct. I can pull up the attempts here. So prior to week 10, week 10 he had 30 attempts.
Okay.
Prior to that, he hadn't been over 13 attempts.
Okay.
And in the first 5 weeks, he hadn't been over 9 attempts. So that first 5 games under 9, and then he picked it up a little bit, and now it's just absurd. And I think
that's crazy.
I mean, he's a must start. I think I'd play him next week, and see how that timeshare goes. If I think Pierce is expected back this weekend.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah. And did you see the Dalton Schultz slide in? What were your thoughts on that?
Boy, did I.
It was the slide of the century.
It was just a wild play. Yeah, he catches the ball on the 3-yard line and slides on his back into the end zone. Just a cool play.
Just chilling.
Schultz was should have been a stud in Dallas, and I like to see him succeed. So
he only had 3 targets in this game, but
yeah.
Sometimes that's the way it goes, right?
That's why I am a firm proponent of abolishing tight end leagues. Just add a flex spot. That's what we do.
I agree.
I think it's the way to go. I mean, you can start a tight end, but you're not required to.
Right. I agree on that, and I like that our league does have the 2 flex spots.
Yes.
So, but let's move on to the next game here. Jets, Bills.
Yes.
Bills dominated on the scoreboard. Josh Allen did throw for 275, 3 touchdowns. But for the normal names on the Bills stat sheet, Stephon Diggs 4 catches, 27 yards. Gabe Davis goose egg. That's 2 goose eggs in 3 weeks.
Yes.
What's going on with Gabe Davis?
This team just doesn't look right to me. They had a negative 9-yard opening drive off the fumble, their first drive, negative 9 yards, which is not what an offense in the NFL is supposed to do.
Right. And if it was any other team, the Jets can't score. Okay.
No.
Okay.
They had 6 points in this game.
The Bills lose that game. I mean, I think the Bears could even hang with them in that game.
Yeah.
If the way that they're playing,
they're just not. And Diggs, like you said, didn't get his usual fill. And I don't like. I've got Diggs in my work league, and it scares me going into playoff season. And
sure.
I don't know. I don't know where we're gonna go with that.
Yeah, but you have to admit, this isn't the same Bills team we're accustomed to seeing the last couple of years. No, I just don't see them. Curse? I don't see them beating Kansas City. No, I don't see them beating Baltimore.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's a long road.
Is it the Madden curse?
Is it the Madden curse?
Thing? I thought someone broke that.
I think somebody did, but
Aaron Donald or something.
But Josh Allen was Madden last year, right?
He was.
That's what the internet told me.
That's accurate.
I don't play video games.
So interesting. We'll follow that. We'll follow the Bills as they move into the back half here.
Sure.
But
looking at the Chiefs-Eagles
Monday night game was for all the hype. Taylor Swift wasn't even there. I mean, but Chiefs-Eagles.
We have to talk about it though.
We do.
Everyone's going to be talking about it. Default is we got to talk. I mean, this is the Super Bowl matchup from last year.
Right.
It's probably a Super Bowl matchup from this year,
Right.
if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And I think I mean this is what I think we can expect when they meet up in the playoffs, because obviously there are other contenders.
I don't think it's going to be the Chiefs this year.
That's fair. Because of how they played in this game?
Well, no, I don't think they're I hate saying this, you're not probably going to get roasted, but I don't think they're as good offensively as they've been.
No.
And if you've been paying attention, Travis Kelce is still doing Travis Kelce things, just not on the scale that he's used to.
Well, he was double and triple teamed the whole
but
game,
that's what teams are doing now,
that's
because
what
there's
you can
no
do
other
because,
threat.
Yes. When you have guys like MVS drop in the end zone,
Right.
ends the game. I mean, they
Right.
would have won.
Right.
And there were so many. They lead the league in drops. The
They
Chiefs do. And there's just no way that you can succeed without the drops. The Eagles, on the other hand, they are winning dirty, but there's no gaping hole in their team. Like they're not putting together the prettiest drives every time, but they're getting the ball down the field, and that's what you need.
Right.
And they're slowing, offenses down with their intense defense.
Right. I mean, I don't even think A.J. Brown had more than a couple catches here. Let's look.
Oh no. Pull up his fantasy score. I should.
Yeah.
It was
A.J. Brown,
rough.
1 catch for 8 yards.
Yeah. Devonta
4
Smith
targets.
had a few
Devonta
targets.
Smith bounced back.
Yep.
6 catches, 99 yards. But,
It
and you know
is-
what? This game too, it was raining the whole time.
Sure.
Which isn't, you still have to go out there and play and perform. But I think we would have seen a different game.
Yeah.
A lot more points probably if it wasn't.
I don't know because it hasn't rained every game in Kansas City.
Uh,
And they've been dropping the balls. I don't
That's
want to.
true. That's
I
true.
don't want to say what I'm not saying, but
No, it's true.
It's rough over there.
Yeah.
Did you see the attempted interception on the spike ball?
No, tell me about that.
Mahomes was going to spike the ball. I think it was into the first half or something, and stopped the clock. And one of the Eagles DBs dove under the center's legs and tried to catch the ball before it hit the ground. It was a thing of beauty. If that had worked, I think we'd see it take off across.
You gotta
the
love
league.
that.
You're gonna see centers snapping the ball with their knees together going forward.
Wow.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Oh.
Good riddance, MVS.
Yep. Yeah. Glad you're not. He's on the Packers anymore, right?
I lived through these drops once before. I don't need to watch them again. Just playoff losing drops. My guy.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Oh.
But that's gonna do it for the weekly recap.
It sure is.
I think we need to look.
What's going on? Oh no. What do we got going here? I don't know.
That's inexcusable.
That was the wrong Jim Mora.
You looking for the I know.
I just hope we can win a game.
Nope.
Nope. We're looking for the playoffs.
We got to find the playoffs one.
You don't play.
We're moving up.
Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
We're moving into the playoffs.
It's playoff season for
Yes.
some of us, not us.
Yeah, I'm in the number 1 spot as of now.
You are.
Um,
Yep.
And I need to keep winning here, but Super Youpers dropped a couple spots here in the last 2 weeks. He's down to 6.
Yeah.
So right now we have Pearson Spector Lit in the 1 spot, Successful Man,
Holding down that too.
and they're both 8-3 records there. Your ad here,
In
in
third.
third at 7-4.
Yep.
Him and Successful Man had a close one this week, but
I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna start on it this week. Okay.
Yeah.
You know you don't deserve this, and we're gonna put we're gonna stop. We're gonna put a stop to this. We're gonna put a stop to this. We're gonna no more of this. Last in the league in points. I'm gonna go to the playoffs. You know who's not going to the playoffs? Me. I'm not going to the playoffs. It's over, guys.
there's like a 1% chance.
There's literally a 1% chance, and it's not gonna happen. I am out,
Yeah.
and I'm okay. I'm totally okay with it. I'm fine.
Toilet bowl champ coming. So
Toilet bowl champ, here we come.
Anyways, number 4, Heim Time.
Yeah.
He shortened his name to Heim Time.
Oh,
and
really?
I love it. I think it just flows,
Yeah.
Flows off the tongue a lot faster, right?
He probably was sick of us reading the whole name on the podcast.
No, I think I always called him Heim Time. I'm going to take credit for that.
Yeah.
Anyways, my thoughts here. I said it a couple weeks ago. Heim Time, to me,
You think it's scary?
is scary.
Yeah.
I think
wanna
that
pull up his
he
roster
can
here.
make a run to the championship.
Yep.
His roster.
Yeah.
Let's go
So
through
for those
this.
of you not in the league yet, he's got Josh Dobbs at quarterback, which is a decent pickup. Russell Wilson on the bench.
Yes.
Luckily, he's not one of the teams that's got like 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But hey, this year, having a few extra quarterbacks has paid off.
Right. But then he's got Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
Who's starting to come into form here,
Pretty
right?
good at football.
Pretty good at football. Isaiah Pacheco, who I like him.
I tried trading for him a couple of times.
I like Isaiah Pacheco, especially in this Chiefs offense this year.
Yep.
But then he's got A.J. Brown, Brandon Ayuk,
Pretty good at
Tyreek Hill, and Tank
Pretty
Dell.
good at football.
Those 4
that is-
receivers there scare me. But then listen to this. He's got Christian Kirk on the bench, who I think is going to see a solid end to the season.
Yep.
Devin Singletary, who, based on what's happening here, that might be a
Within the
change.
last week, I'm seeing. Yeah, he is scary. I didn't see it as well as you did, as clearly as you did. But
yeah, I Heim Time,
a
I'm
scary
rooting for
team.
you unless we meet. So,
yeah, we need to get Pearson Spector lit out before they make the playoffs. How about we work on that, fellas? Please.
I'm projected to win this week by a decent margin. Hopefully I come through. Anyways, but yeah, those are the top 6 teams. Super Uper's still in there. He's had a couple rough weeks here, but maybe can get back into the win column.
Yep.
But I think there's a couple teams that could still take that 5 and 6 spot, right?
I don't know. I think everyone's.
Tarf is 4 and 7.
Yeah.
Chemtrails is 5 and 6.
Yeah, most of the league's still in it. It's me and Chuck.
Tyson Chicken.
Me and Chuck are out. Craig,
Yes. Not officially out, but
not officially out. Probably needs to make some moves.
and let's put this into perspective for the listeners.
Yeah.
Craig has had the number 1 waiver spot all season and has not made a claim. I don't know who he's holding out for, but it better be good. It better be good.
Oh, yeah. Now's the time, though.
Now's
1
the
week
time.
till the trade deadline. Just
Yep.
pulled it up.
Yep.
Wednesday, November 29th is our trade deadline. Check it in your league. Know when your trade deadline is. If your league has a waiting period for the trade deadline, make sure that you get it in ahead of time.
Yep.
And tell your commissioner to remove that waiting period. Instant trades
Yep. But
are the best.
yeah. But I think that's gonna do it, right?
That's gonna do it
I
for
mean,
a shortened Thanksgiving show. Very
Yes.
excited
yes.
to go eat more food.
Yes. Time to stuff the face. You guys all have a happy Thanksgiving,
Thank you all so much for joining us.
and then watch a lot of football. We'll see you next time
We'll see you
on the Play to Win
very, very
Fantasy
soon.
Football Podcast.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win.